Listen, nobody is gonna come save you, okay? No matter how much you're gonna wish for it, nobody's gonna come save you. Such a beautiful way to start this video, right? But I just had to say this, okay? I just had to. It's for your own good, okay? So, you're welcome in advance. But seriously, nobody is coming for you. And sure as hell not your boss is gonna be in the office thinking like, oh, you know, this person has worked so hard. Let's give him some financial freedom. No. Your boss is probably thinking of a way to exploit you more without raising your wages. And the government isn't gonna come knock on your door and be like, hey, we noticed you're struggling. You know, here's enough money to last you a lifetime. And we know we all have good friends and stuff like that, but like seriously, it's not like one of them is suddenly gonna get rich and be like, I'm gonna cover everyone's expenses, okay? And let's not rule out our future self. Sometimes we hope that our future self will help us, but our future self is the one who needs help. And at some point, you need to stop waiting for something outside to come change your circumstances and your situation, because you might end up waiting for years and it might not even be in this life. And the annoying part about this is that you probably have a lot of convincing reasons as to why you're waiting. So if you've never met before, hi, I'm Marisha, and on this channel we talk about the psychology behind money, success, ambition, and the invisible beliefs that quietly shape our lives. And today, I want to talk about something that sounds very harsh. I hope it does. But honestly, it's gonna feel strangely fulfilling, okay? So, as I was saying, nobody's gonna come save you, and I don't mean it in an offensive way. I'm not saying you're a damsel. I'm not saying that you were weak and like, ugh. No. Okay, some people start with advantages. That is the reality. Some don't start with disadvantages. Some with opportunities. And some people just get hit by problems that they never asked for. Life is basically a perfectly unfair spreadsheet. But regardless where each one of us starts, at some point you need to ask yourself, what am I gonna do with what I have? 7 things that you need to stop waiting for if you actually want your financial life to change. So let's get on with number 1. Stop waiting for your paycheck to come save you. This one is probably the most common problem, because like you get paid and then you pay your bills and then you spend what is left on all those necessary expenses that we like to call, and then we wait for the next paycheck. And then it happens again and again and again and again, over and over and over and over and over. And somehow, every single time, we still seem to surprise ourselves. It's like watching a scary movie and like getting scared every single time, even though you know that scary part was there. Seriously, it's like you're expecting your bank to someday wake up one morning and tell you, you know what, let's change things up a bit. Let's add a couple zeros to your bank account. No, it doesn't work like that. It won't, okay? Because if every paycheck disappears for your next one isn't going to magically fix the problem. It's just gonna restart the cycle. And this is where people get trapped, okay? Because they think, I just need to earn a little more then. And so they earn a little more. And then their expenses increase. Oh, now I can upgrade. And then it disappears like it did before. And then you're like, okay, I just haven't made enough. I need more. And so they make more. But their lifestyles just keeps getting more and more expensive. And honestly, congratulations. I congratulate you on your raise, bro. I'm proud of you. But your bank account is like, it still looks emotionally unavailable. So you're earning more. But what you really need to do is create a gap between your spendings, okay? Because if you spend every dollar that you make, you can make more money forever and still never get to where you want to. This into consideration, because within that gap, is where your future self really does live. And if you do not find a way to squeeze in your future self, don't expect to meet your future self looking hot, okay? Number 2, stop waiting for someone to give you an opportunity. This one's gonna hurt because we have been taught to wait for permission, okay? Wait until you're qualified. Wait until someone notices you. Raise your hand and wait in class to go to the bathroom. Wait until someone gives you a chance. Wait until the right person discovers your talent. And sure, okay, maybe something happens, you get lucky and they discover you. But what if they never do? What if nobody ever discovers you? What if nobody ever comes knocking? What if these things that you're hoping for is not in this life and will only happen in the next life? Are you gonna abandon this life then? You are not some Victorian orphan, okay? That's waiting at a rich man's doorstep, hoping that he can realize that you are his lost son or whatever, okay? Start creating your own opportunities. Learn a skill, start a business, make videos, build products, offer services, send the email, ask people questions about their problems, about their life. Put yourself somewhere opportunity can actually find you if you're having opportunity problems. Because as of this moment, you're just spending every day making it impossible for opportunity to find you. So yes, it's scary because you might fail. Putting yourself out there is very scary. People might laugh, people might say, no, you're stupid. Welcome to Earth. This is what it means to be human. Not everyone's gonna like it, okay? That's the baseline of being human, of living on this planet and being in this era. 3, okay, stop waiting until you have more money to start. This one is my favorite because I had used this excuse for the longest time. So I know where we're all coming from. Because people like to say, I want to start a business, but I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough experience. And sometimes that's completely valid because some businesses require serious capital and serious experiences. But there are people who say that they need, say, $20,000 to start something that could literally be tested on a laptop and the internet connection, and somehow they are stuck on researching the perfect logo because apparently the logo is what's stopping the business from succeeding. Let me tell you something interesting, okay? It took me 2 years to come up with my logo, and it's over here. This is the logo I came up with after 20 years. You don't have an excuse. So, you don't really need much. You just need a little creativity. Can you start small? Can you test the idea? Can you sell before you build? Can you learn the skill first? Can you do a survey and test if anyone would actually take the offer? Can you start with what you already have? Because here's a problem with waiting for the perfect circumstance, okay? They don't usually arrive, okay? You need to move to the starting line, okay? But no, because you always have I'll start when I have more money. I'll start when I have more knowledge. We have this checklist that just keeps continuing every time we check something off. I'll start when I have more time, and then when you do have more time, I'll start when life is calmer. And life is just sitting there. Oh, you thought I was gonna calm down? We are in a crisis. You haven't grown in 4 years. We have been the same. Start where you are, and then improve as you go. Number 4, stop waiting for, okay? Motivation, our favorite person, okay? Our favorite imaginary employee. We keep waiting for motivation to show up and do the work for us, okay? I'll start when I feel motivated. But let me tell you something. Motivation is a very bad employee because they're late to work. They don't show up for their shift. Some days they don't even come. They miss weeks. I don't know why we haven't fired this guy. And we're all blaming it on Monday. Poor Monday. We're taking all the blame for everything. But here's the truth, okay? You don't need to feel like to do it, okay? That's literally what discipline is for, okay? If you only work when you are motivated, you are basically outsourcing your future to your mood. And your mood is not it's not a qualified, okay, person, okay? Your mood wakes up today and spends 3 hours, and feels like spending 3 hours scrolling. Doesn't feel like being a financial advisor or a financial helper. And your emotions, okay, they can be very real, but that does not mean they will make good decisions. So eventually you're gonna be like, I don't feel like it, but I have to do it anyway. And not because you're a robot, but because your future matters more to you than your temporary mood. And I hope that you believe that, okay? Stop waiting for someone to teach you everything. This one is especially dangerous, okay? Because there's an endless amount of information available now. You can learn almost about anything. Money, business, investing, marketing, sales, content creating. All you have to do is open up Google or ChatGPT and be like, how to make $1 million. And they will give you the blueprint. You can literally sit in your bed and learn from people, also from people or AI, and the people who spend 20 years doing the thing that you are trying to figure out. And you don't have to do it exactly what they were doing, but take their principle and apply it. And if people are still saying, I don't know enough, then learn. But where do I start? My first video is kind of like humiliating. I'm proud of it, but it was really bad. But that's where everyone starts. You don't need to understand the entire game to play it. You need to understand enough to make the next move. That's it, because there is a point where you learn that stopping is procrastinating. And then it starts being hiding, okay? You watch another video, you buy another course, you read another book, you take another note, you create another Notion page, and then absolutely nothing happens. You have a beautifully organized database of things that you never need. Congratulations. You're basically a very educated procrastinator. At some point, you seriously need to stop. Not for my sake or anyone's sake, but for your sake. 6. Okay, we're close to the last one. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. I hope this one hits personal. Because sometimes, truly, we really do want to hear someone say, I believe in you, when no one does. You want your parents to understand your dreams, your ambitions. You want your friends to support you. You want your partner to encourage you, and someone to say, yes, you can actually do it. I believe in you. You got this. And it feels amazing when you get that. You probably got it like once or twice. Someone who just wanted to say it for politeness. But what if you don't get that, okay? Do you stop there? Do you give up on your life and be like, no. You continue to pursue your dream. If you don't, you are giving them control over your future. And here's the annoying part, okay? People can't always see what you see, okay? Especially when you've never done the thing before. Of course they're gonna be skeptical. Be like, I don't think this person can do this. You don't have evidence to back it up that you can do it. And that's what makes it a dream. And sometimes you have to believe in something before the evidence manifests. Not blindly, not delusional. Maybe a little delusional, it does help. But enough to take the first step. Because there will be a moment when nobody understands what you're trying to build, and you have to be able to keep going anyway, despite everything. Number 7, stop waiting for your future self to fix everything. This one's the biggest one, because we are constantly making deals with our future. Future me will save more. Future me will pay off the debt. Future me will start investing. Future me will start the business, blah, blah. We also say it sometimes like, oh, I have time, I can do that later. That's another translation, okay? But your future, honestly, you've painted your future self as this whole savior and this whole sugar daddy that's gonna come save you. And I actually want to meet her, okay? She sounds rich, very disciplined, and like an ideal, successful CEO. While as the current you is eating chips at midnight, watching my video, wondering where all your money went when... Here's the problem, okay? Future you it's not gonna magically appear. Future you is being created by what you do now, and I hope you realize this, that every small decision that you are making today is voting for the person that you are going to become. And there's a lot of option, and you do not want to choose the worst option. So if you're going to keep postponing everything, you are not protecting your future self. You are borrowing from it. And eventually, the bill is going to arrive, and you're going to meet your future self, and they're going to be dead-ass broke because you've been taking all their money over the years. But let's be fair, okay? I do not want this video to become one of those toxic motivational speech where I tell you you're the crappiest person on this planet and it's entirely your fault. No, you're in shitty. Oh, I've been trying this. But yeah, I don't want that, okay? Life is complicated for everyone. Everyone has their circumstance and no one can understand everyone, okay? We all have different families, different economies, different opportunities, different responsibilities, different ways that we see and react and experience things, okay? And some people are genuinely dealing with things that make financial progress much harder than others, okay? And pretending that someone has the exact same starting line isn't motivational, it's stupidity, okay? And yeah, but there's a difference between saying my circumstance is difficult and saying therefore I have no agency. Sure, you may not have control over everything, but you do have control over some things. You do have control over your spending. You do have control over your skills. You do have what skills you learn. You do have control over your habits, what you want to learn, and the people that you choose to spend time with. Whether you're gonna start working on your dream now or not, but you have agency in that, okay? Sure, it might be hard, and that is where your power is, in not pretending that everything is fair, okay? But in figuring out what you can actually control. Now, the hardest realization to this is the part that nobody likes, okay? At some point, you have to stop waiting for your life to begin. You're not Rapunzel, okay? So stop waiting for the perfect job. Stop waiting for the perfect business idea. Stop waiting for someone to discover you. Stop waiting for your confidence, for your rich future self. Stop waiting until you are ready for anything. Because you can spend 10 years preparing for a life that will never actually start happening. And then one day you're gonna look back and then realize, I was waiting when I could have made it. Waiting for permission, waiting for money, waiting for confidence, waiting for someone to come save you. Waiting for the right moment. The right moment never came. Because the right moment was never supposed to come knocking to your door. You had to create it. Or at least you needed to create a door for it to knock on. So what do? Start small. Seriously. Small. Don't make this dramatic, okay? Don't overthink this. You do not need to wake up tomorrow at 4:30 a.m. I don't even wake up at that time, okay? Or throw away your television or cancel Netflix or anything like that, and don't, okay? Just do one thing. Save something for your future self. Learn something for your future. Build something for your future. Sell something for you. Create something for you. Invest. Start. Tiny. Crappy. Because the point isn't the size of the first step. The point is proving to yourself that I can change my situation. And once you believe that, your behavior will start changing. You stop waiting, you stop looking, and you stop hoping that opportunity will come look for you. Behavior is going to start changing. You stop waiting and you start looking for opportunities, for skills, for problems that you can solve, for things that you can build, for ways to create value. And that is where your life starts becoming less about what happens to you and more about what you can create from what happens to you. So, nobody is coming to save you financially whatsoever. And honestly, that might be the greatest news that you've heard all day. Because if somebody else was responsible for saving you, you are gonna have to wait a while. But I advise against that. I recommend not doing that, okay? Don't wait. Start. Learn. Build. Make a lot of mistakes. I can't be the only one making mistakes. You can adjust. You can try again. Fail some more so you can learn what doesn't work, so you can improve every time you try again. Never count your failures, count your tries. And you can slowly start creating more options for yourself, more skills, more income, more ownership, more freedom. And maybe it won't happen overnight. Let's not hope for that. But if it does, congratulations. But if it doesn't, we understand, because this is something that goes through a process. Because the goal isn't to wake up rich tomorrow. The goal is to stop waking up powerless. And that is a very big difference. So stop waiting for someone to give you the permission to build your house. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect circumstance. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. And please, stop assigning your hope to your future self, because they are not a sugar daddy or a sugar mama until you make them with the choices that you make today. Your future self has enough problems dealing with you now. It needs help. So start now, even if it's small, because nobody is coming to save you. And once you accept that, that's where the magic happens. You finally realize that you do not need to be saved. You need to start building. Now, if you enjoyed this conversation, subscribe, because here we don't just talk about making money. We talk about the psychology behind money, success and ambition, and the invisible beliefs that continue shaping our lives. And if you are quietly ambitious and you are done waiting for life to magically change, you are in the right place. And I'll be seeing you in my next one.